How do you choose between herbs and hormone replacement therapy for menopause and postmenopause? Which works better and which is safer? Well, both can work and both can fail. And in this video, I'll show you what you need to know to get the results you want with one or both. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Dana Lavoie, an acupuncturist and herbalist with over 15 years specializing in women's health, and I'm here to show you how to use customized Chinese herbs supported by the best diet and the best lifestyle for your hormones to feel amazing during and after menopause. So, herbs or hormones, which works better, which is safer? Let's start with which works better. Two things need to happen in your body for you to achieve hormonal balance and get relief from menopause symptoms. Number one, you need to have high enough hormone levels of all your hormones. Many menopause discomforts are caused by hormone levels dropping too low. A lot of women think this is all there is to it, but it's not. Adding more hormones isn't the whole answer, and here's why. Because of the second thing that has to happen in your body for you to get relief from menopause symptoms. Once you have high enough hormone levels, your body needs to be able to manage those levels, to fine-tune and balance them with each other. Because relative levels of one hormone to another is really key to feeling better. So here's how to use herbs versus hormone replacement to help your body do number one, have enough hormones, and number two, manage those hormone levels effectively. Hormone replacement therapy and herbs can both give you more hormone material to work with, which your body can easily use as hormones or activate into the hormones you need. So for number one, bringing your hormone levels up high enough, both can work. But that's really all hormone replacement therapy does. It gives you more hormones. Herbs, however, can also help with the activation, micromanagement, and detoxification of hormones, supporting your own system in managing those hormones. The hormone replacement therapy alone doesn't really do that part. And I find that women who get side effects from hormones or get symptoms of estrogen dominance when on hormone replacement therapy often are not detoxifying hormones out of their body really well. I mean, if you're taking hormones, you want to know that if you take a little too much of one, your body can get rid of it. So my suggestion is to start with herbs. Use the herbs to support getting your hormone management system tuned up and your hormone detoxification flowing smoothly. And see if your hormone levels come up high enough with the herbs. For many women, this is all they need to reduce menopausal discomfort and keep hormone levels high enough for optimal health. And it's the most natural, safest route. It's something you can do from the comfort of home. It's affordable, no prescription needed. But if you do the herbs and you find some of your hormone levels are still a little low, you can add in just a little bit of hormone replacement therapy to bring those hormone levels up even more. And when you do, your body will know just what to do with those hormones. And if you take a little more than you need of one, your body will be able to detoxify and get rid of it instead of it hanging around and causing you side effects. And I believe this is why women in my practice who use the hormone replacement therapy combined with the herbs get the best results with the least side effects when taking hormones. And I find my clients who they find that the herbs alone are enough, which is about 80%, get great results as well. So that's part one of this video, which works better, herbs or hormone replacement therapy. And now let's dive into part two, which is safer. So, which is safer, herbs or hormones? There's been controversy for years about the safety of hormone replacement therapy. And I don't think we know the whole truth for sure, but here's what we do know. There are health benefits to keeping your hormone levels high enough during and after menopause. If you can do that with herbs, that seems to be the safest way to do it. But if hormone replacement therapy is needed to keep your levels high enough, I think using the HRT with the herbs helps decrease side effects and risks. But here's what else you need to know. The original form of hormone replacement therapy, Premarin, which was an equine estrogen, and also some of the synthetic hormones, seem to have been found to have possible risks associated with taking them. And the current really good bioidentical hormone replacement therapy has, for the past number of years, been thought to be quite safe and have more benefits than risks. Now, I did see a new study that came out very recently showing there may still be an increased risk of breast cancer in women who take the hormone replacement therapy for more than a year. And their recommendation was to take it only if necessary, take it at the lowest dose, take it for the shortest time. If you're watching this on my blog, I'm going to link to that study. I don't know all the details of the study. Results can be misleading, but there were a number of British doctors who said they thought the study was well executed. So in any case, I just feel like there's still some uncertainty about the safety, but we know that there are also benefits as well. Now, there is one other big safety issue regarding medications used during and after menopause that I just want to touch on here, and that's medications for osteoporosis. So the bisphosphonate medications like Fosamax, I had it here. I'm actually decided to put all of the information about this in a separate blog video because there's so much information I want to share. But just to touch on them very quickly, these medications have been shown to have a very high risk of very serious side effects and have been shown not to work particularly well for their intended purpose of decreasing your chance of breaking a hip. And while studies done on herbs to support bone health are pretty mind-blowing in terms of how well the herbs worked without any side effects. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. When it's done, I'll link to it here. Please don't miss that video if you need support for bone health. So now I want to talk about, are the herbs safe? Well, Chinese herbs have been used for thousands of years. So I feel like if there were any major risks or side effects, we'd know about it by now. In general, they're one of the safest methods of healthcare on the planet. But that being said, it's very important to use correctly chosen herbs at the right doses and to get them from a 100% reputable supplier. So they're high quality, effective, and free of pesticides or contaminants. And of course, you always need to make sure that they're a good match for you and that they work well with any health conditions you have or any other medications you're taking. So as a rule of thumb, of course, always check with your healthcare practitioner before starting anything new. For instance, if you are on a medication like Coumadin, a blood thinner, you know that any change in your diet concerning plants, like even eating too much kale after not eating it, can be dangerous. And herbs are plants. So for some women who are on a medication like that, the herbs can still be safe, but they need to be used under close supervision of an herbalist and a doctor. But in general, they are one of the safest forms of healthcare. So, do the herbs work? I get this question all the time, and I'm actually going to go live on video in my Facebook group later this week to talk about some of the real women's real stories that I've seen hundreds of times over and over in my private practice over the last 15 years. And I'm going to share some of my own story as well because I had dramatic results with herbs for perimenopause. But you can see so I think in that live video on Facebook, you'll get more of an idea. You'll get to see how the herbs have worked safely and effectively for hundreds of women that I've worked with over the past 15 years. And so if you're watching this video in the future, I will link to that Facebook video here. If you're watching this when it first comes out, join me on Friday Live. Now, in conclusion, when it comes to herbs versus hormones, start with the herbs. And then only if necessary, add the smallest amount of bioidentical hormone replacement therapy used together with herbs. Make sure it's the best form of hormone replacement therapy. Work with a very experienced medical practitioner. Don't skimp on lab testing. And consider herbs when you are looking for a solution for bone health. So, if at this point you might be interested in trying herbs for menopause or postmenopause, I want to tell you something really important. Choosing just the right combination of herbs is key. And the exact herbs that will work best for you will change over time, right? Perimenopausal PMS needs different herbs for support than postmenopausal bone loss in the same woman. So you need to find the right herbs for where your hormones are at right now. And in 2 years, you're going to probably need different herbs as your hormones change over time. Finding the right herbs at the right time is key. And if you're interested in learning how to do this, it's a little complicated, but I would love to share this information with you. But it's not something I can share in 5 minutes on a blog video, which is why I've decided to teach an hour-long, totally free online masterclass on using herbs during and after menopause. And you can save your seat in the next masterclass by clicking the button below. Now, if you're watching this video way in the future and I'm not teaching the masterclass right now, look for a link to another free resources that I have for you that will help you get started balancing your hormones at home. And once you get that free resource, you will become one of my email insiders, which means you will get a personal invitation as soon as I am teaching the masterclass again. But if that masterclass is available right now, please go and save your seat. Don't miss out. I'm Dana Lavoie, an acupuncturist and herbalist with over 15 years experience specializing in women's health, and I'm here to help you learn to use customized Chinese herbs supported by the best diet and the best lifestyle for your hormones during and after menopause. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching with me today. I hope to see you in the masterclass, but just know that I am here for you. If you have any questions about this video, just put them in the comments below and I would be happy to answer them for you. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.